Hello, and this is a randomly posted video on Thursday. I've not posted on Thursdays in quite a while. This is not a video about Scientology or even about cults directly. This is a video about me and my channel and my and some things that I want to talk about and tell you guys about my channel and about me. And so if you are interested in and have been following my channel or a supporter of this channel because you are interested in me and my progress, that's what this channel has been about from day one, has been my own recovery from Scientology and learning about and teaching about, educating about destructive cults, with Scientology as the #1 case study here because it's the one I came from, but also highlighting and featuring work on lots and lots of other cults and destructive groups, high control authoritarian groups, even domestic violence, gangs, all of that stuff fits under the umbrella of coercive control. And that is what this channel is all about. So if you are interested in the creator of this channel and what this channel is doing and what I am doing, then please keep watching. And if you are not, and if you're just here to get looky-loo commentary on Scientology and that's all you're interested in, then go ahead and skip this video because it's really not going to be very interesting to you. Okay, so if it's just us critics now, if it's just you critics out there, and by that I mean my supporters, those of you who have been either financially or otherwise supporting this channel, helping me out along the line, been loyal viewers and subscribers and that sort of thing, I first want to say that there are no words of appreciation and respect and just I am just so happy that you guys are here and following my work, and that I have something to say, and that it is valuable enough that you take time out of your day to listen to what I have to say and watch the interviews that I do and the content that I post. And if you've been a longtime viewer of this channel, then you know that there are hundreds, almost 1,000 videos posted here on this channel, and another 800 on my Critical Clips channel. I've just crossed over the 800 boundary on that one. So I have been a busy little beaver, and in fact, I did some math for the first time because, well, for reasons I'll get into here, but I started, just to give you guys a little window here of this, I started my channel on April 21st, 2014 is when I should say, I didn't start my channel, but that's when I posted my first original content that was just solely my writing, my video, me posting and talking about Scientology. And that was, April 21st, 2014. So that was basically 8 years ago. And on February 21st, 2015 is when I posted my very first Critical Q&A show. Shortly after, on August 21st of 2015, a few months later, is when the very first Sensibly Speaking podcast was posted. Now, the math that I did is I actually looked at the number of these episodes that I've posted, because they're both up in the 350, 370 range, something like that. Yeah. Critical Q&A is 375, and Sensibly Speaking podcast has just posted episode 352. So when I compare the number of weeks that I have been posting and the number of shows I've done, I learned that in the last 7 years that both of these shows have been going, I have missed posting a Critical Q&A show 15 times. And I've missed posting a podcast 12 times. So basically twice a year, I have missed a week. And more often than not, those misses were because I was sick or out of town or otherwise indisposed and could not post. I do not take time off. Even when I went to Australia and saw my son for the first time and spent, about 10 days out there, I posted a video from out there and right when I got back. And when I do go out of town or do have an event or speaking engagement or something, I will pre-record the content so I don't miss during that time. And so you guys have been the real beneficiaries of that. And I have been posting now 7 days a week between the two channels that I run for years and years now. And I'm going to now be totally bluntly, completely honest with you that I am experiencing a bit of burnout. I am getting really tired now. And there are a number of reasons for that, and I'm going to tell you guys them. Now, I have never, ever once lied to you. But I haven't necessarily told you everything all the time, nor do I feel obligated to. I don't owe you full transparency with every single thing in my life. But I am wanting to share this with you because I want you to understand that I'm about to take some time off, and it is, I feel, well-deserved time off, and it is very necessary time off. And by time off, I mean I'm taking about 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not sure which yet. I know that's a little open-ended, but I need some time to recharge the batteries for real. Taking a weekend here and there, taking a staycation, as I announced one time years ago, has never really worked out for me. I have always been head in the game, reading books, reading articles, responding to emails, working on the next videos. I've never really given myself a full break away. And that is what I am going to do now. I have been fully immersed in this topic of the X cult world and coercive control, even to the point of going to school and getting a degree in the subject. So this is not something I'm walking away from, and this message is not the end of my channel or the end of my shows or anything like that. But it is the announcement that you're not going to see some content for a few weeks from me. And the reason for that is because, like I said, I was kind of looking some things up, and really the best word to describe where my head's at these days is I'm a bit burnt out. And by burnt out, I mean that, I want to get work done, but I sit down to do some writing or scripting or animating or whatever, and I just can't. I can't do the work. It's just, it's not that the ideas aren't there. It's not that there isn't an array of things that I could produce content on, but the desire to do it has kind of disappeared, and I need to deal with that. Because I don't want to run a channel on cruise control or autopilot. I want to deliver good content to you guys. And I think even, some of the work I've done on autopilot's been pretty damn good. But I think I could do better. And I know I could. And I know I want to. And I want to feel passionate about this topic again, and I want to feel enthused and energetic about delivering the content that I deliver to you guys. When I started, and for many, many years, that's exactly how I felt. This channel has been a passion project way more than anything else for me. When the passion starts fading and disappears, one has to question what they're doing. And I am quite sure that this is work that I love doing and want to continue doing. But, I think all of us understand the fact that, hey, you need to take a break. And I have really tried over these many years to listen to you guys and all of the positive feedback and comments you always give me when it's time for maybe a break or a vacation or something. You guys are always like, take off, go away. It's all good. We'll be here when you're gone. But I've never really believed you. And that has been a fear that I've had, is I can't step away because if I do, bad things will happen. Well, that balance has now shifted. And I'll tell you a little bit more about why. For all these years that I've been doing this work here in front of the camera, what you guys haven't seen and what I've only alluded to here and there is all the work I do behind the scenes. I have helped a great number of people individually, one-on-one, through consultations, through emails, through answering questions, through phone calls, ex-Scientologists, people who are still in Scientology who have reached out and contacted me, people who are friends or family or members of other groups, other cults, other destructive, coercive situations that people get involved in. it happens every day. Tons and tons of people get involved in all kinds of situations that they need help with. Even work situations. I've been emailed by people who have told me that my work has helped them with an abusive boss at their job. And believe me, that was not first, second, or even third on my mind when I've been producing my content. So it has been heartwarming and wonderful to hear and to have the privilege of being able to help people. It to me, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to be, in a position where I can do some substantial, be of material help to somebody else in their life with their struggles. One of the things that I have done that has, in all those years of helping people, that has been a really big mistake on my part, is that I've devalued the worth of that help. I have not given it any worth at all. My time has been freely given for no money at all. And only here and there sporadically have I insisted, well, look, I really should be compensated for this. And really only since I got that piece of paper on the wall there, that master's degree, have I felt that that is something I can really insist on with any degree of certainty or feeling that I really know what I'm talking about. For a very long time, I suffered from imposter syndrome, where I knew I knew a lot, but felt like I was a bit of a, well, I'm a didact, right? I'm a self-taught. I've taught myself everything until I went back to school. And so, one tends to, when you don't know what the holes are that you have, you don't know what you don't know. And not knowing that, I've always felt second rate and, a little bit of a fake, to be totally honest, right? And that's all gone now. I don't feel that way now. But for many, many years, I did. And now I'm over all that, right? I very definitely faced and dealt with that whole imposter syndrome point as part of my education process. And I'm very glad I did, because now I'm at a place where I know what I know. And I know there's a ton of things I don't know. And I know there's a ton of things I still have to learn. But I am very sure of the things that I know. And I'm very sure of the help that I can give people. And through consultation, I can do that. And that's basically a service that I now offer. And I charge for that. That's an hourly thing. And it's $100 an hour, which is cheap in this field, by the way. So, it's a cults and the ex-cult world and all that is rather niche of a niche market. It's not a big market. It doesn't have an infinite expansion potential. Not everybody wants this product. Or service, I should say. But for those who do need it, and when it's needed, it is very important, and it's very valuable, and it is important to find people who actually do know what they're talking about. And I now get to credit myself as one of those people. So I need to reconfigure. I am not, as I'm saying here, I'm not disappearing. I'm not going anywhere. I love what I do, but I am burnt out. And so I need to take a break. I really do. I need to recharge the batteries. I need to move away from this for a few weeks and give myself a breather. And I'm sure all of you right now, or most of you, who have been supporting me all this time, whether financially or not, it's not what I don't mean just the financial support, although very helpful. I'm sure most of you right now are watching this and thinking, Chris, you're over-explaining. It's all good. Take some time off. But I wanted to put this here because this channel is not just for you guys. It's also for me. This has been my catharsis, my healing, my recovery. It's all documented here. All through the time that I've been doing all these videos, I've been talking about myself and my own recovery and how that recovery could help other people. And how, at least the principles I've been learning and the methods and techniques of coercive control and all the stuff that cult leaders get up to. That's what I talk about on this channel. And you guys get it as fast as I learn it. I sometimes I will learn something and next day I'm like, I got a podcast about this. I got to do something. I got to get this out there, right? So you guys, again, have been really the beneficiaries of all of the knowledge and stuff that I've been picking up along the way. So this video is really kind of another not milestone, but another step in the journey is that this can happen. And I've seen other YouTubers that this happens with, and I've seen and read about other, this happens with all kinds of professionals through all kinds of fields of endeavor. So it's not just, YouTubers or something who suffer from creative burnout, but the nature of the beast with YouTube is that if you don't put content up, you don't get paid. And if you don't, keep the content going, if the spice doesn't flow, so to speak, then people get bored with you and disappear. And there's really not a lot you can do about that. You learn over time as a YouTube creator that the audience can be rather fickle. And this has been an incredible object lesson for me in the nature of what it means to be a public figure, be a celebrity. I kind of call myself a half celebrity. I really never embrace the title because I don't really think of myself that way at all. I'm a guy who sits in front of a camera and talks. I don't, and some of you guys happen to like what I have to say. So even as a semi-public figure, let's say, you learn how fickle audiences can be. And through the comments section and the views and the likes and dislikes and all of that, you learn, about things like loyalty and friendship and what, a real supporter is versus somebody who's just listening to you as long as you say what they think. As long as they agree with you, you're all right and all good. And as soon as you say something they don't like, you are scum of the universe and you never left the cult and you're still in the cult. And how could you? And, all the insults and nonsense that people will say about you and feel completely free to do so because I don't even know who they are. I've long since learned, that such things are not important in the big picture, and I stopped paying too much attention to it. But it still rankles sometimes. All of us have our up days and our down days, and I'm no exception to that. So that contributes to the burnout. But the biggest thing has been that I have been doing this now for 7-8 years. And I am not financially in a place where I would like to be. And it is not anybody's fault. It is, other than mine, really. I have not positioned myself properly. I have not asked for the compensation that I deserve from people when I do consult with them. And that's my bad. It's not theirs. If somebody reaches out for help and it's freely given, then of course they'll take it. But I wonder if by not demanding some degree of compensation for that help, whether that help is really as valued as it should be. And that's a point that was brought up to me recently, and I thought, wow, that's a really good point. When somebody's paying you for your advice, they might listen a little bit closely, more closely, and they might actually try to do it. So anyway, so I'm putting that out there that, and I'm going to be reworking, maybe over this time or when I get back with this, I'm going to rework my website, which has mainly been just a blog to post my content on. And I'm going to rework that so it more correctly presents me as to who I am and should be, how I should be thought of, rather than just some rando YouTuber ex-cultist, because I am a lot more than that now. And I want to be recognized as that, right? And I want to be paid accordingly. And really, at the end of the day, I think I deserve it, And so that's what this break is about. It's about a little recharge, reset, reconfigure, and come back fresh and, all spanking new, and maybe start putting out that content that I want to get out with some vim and vigor and real interest in it and some passion again. Because that's what I'm missing right now, and I need to get that back. And that's the most honest, transparent thing I know how to say to y'all. So that all being said, I guess I'll end this by saying that, if you are the beneficiary of this content, it has always been free. This YouTube channel will always be that way. I will probably turn on channel memberships at some point in the same way that I have a Patreon page where people can support me there. That has been the only way that this channel has continued going. This is my job, and I treat it like a job, and I take it seriously. But your support, the people who have supported me through Patreon have been the ones who have kept this alive. And of course, the support that I get through PayPal or through Venmo, which are, links to all of this stuff is in the description of every video that I've ever made. So you can find those links and you can support this channel. You can support me in my efforts if you so desire and you think that I offer a valuable service here. And that all being said, I'm going to disappear for 2 or 3 weeks. You will know when I come back. I will definitely be coming back with bells on. But it's time for a break. So there will not be any live shows, critical Q&As, or Sensibly Speaking podcasts during this time. And I am also going to post this video on my Critical Clips channel so that those of you who are used to seeing critical clips every week, I will be taking a break from that as well. Okay, so just no content being posted. I really just need to get my head out of this game so that I can come back with my head in the game and get back to producing the content that I really, really want to get to you guys. All right, thank you very much if you've watched this all the way through, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you very much again for your support. Bye-bye.